All right, so for the last true 6 months, I have been in the agency space, and beforehand, I was in the online space a little bit, but I wasn't making money. I didn't really know what to do, and so this video is just going to be raw and real, like everything I've been doing on this channel, about the last 6 months of what's been going on in the space. Just raw talk about those that are beginning, if you are in the beginning stages, or wherever you're at, and just kind of what I've experienced. And so to add some validity as well, I don't really like to talk about money or numbers that I'm making, but I have been making consistent low five figures a month. And there are things that I know what I'm talking about, but there are also things that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? And if you go through this space or in the world in general thinking you know everything, you truly know nothing, and that's where you're kind of capped because you're not going to grow if you accept that you know everything. So I've been consistently making low five figures for the past couple months, and my life has changed. In less than a year, I've truly found what I enjoy doing, which is business, which Alex Hormozy calls the game. And I didn't really think I was going to get into this space beforehand, but as you kind of continue in this field and as you kind of stick with one path, you start to develop a passion from there. And then you start to realize that you do enjoy making money, you do enjoy helping others, you do enjoy building and creating. And at least for me, what I find really fulfilling is the creating side and the developing side with a team, and with the mentorship and mentees under me, and having everything come full circle. In addition to the content that I just enjoy posting, right? Because I truly believe that I can help others who are in the space. But one of the things I want to talk about as well is that there are no get rich quick schemes for the most part, unless you're just crypto and you're pump dumping meme coins. That's cool, right? But for the most part, in the agency space, there is not really any get rich quick schemes. You can develop true wealth by consistently building your MRR and signing clients, but you can also make a lot of money quick for the most part, but you will be developing the lessons. If you go from 0 to 15, 20K plus a month, then there's so many lessons you have to learn in that. And especially if you're absolutely new to the space and you know nothing about the space, and if you start signing clients, which is good, you're going to get hit like slapped across your face because you're going to realize there are so many things you didn't know. And in order to actually understand what you don't know, you need to get involved. So you can't stay on the sidelines. You need to get involved, buy courses, buy mentorships, and don't listen to those individuals who say everything's a scam online. If you think if you have that mindset and you think everything's a scam online, then you're not going to make any progress. Like what I mentioned earlier, if you think you know everything, that's where you're capped off and you can't grow from there. So ignore people who say you're going to waste your money. Don't send someone $5,000 for a mentorship program. If you get scammed, cool, who cares? But if you invest into a $5,000 mentorship program and you make 20, 30, 40K in your first couple months, the returns are there. And it really just comes down to who you are as a person and what do you want. Now, you get out what you put in. And that's the same thing with courses, with outreach, with building systems. You get out what you put in. And in the beginning, I talked to so many people in this space, and people are capped by their own personality. And myself included, in the beginning, I thought I could do everything myself. As I mentioned on this channel several times, for the first 3 months, I made only 1.2, 1.3K. And that sucked while cold calling. And that was a horrible place to be in. But you have to get off the ground. And it's not about making money right away, but it's about developing the skills, because the skills are so important. Now, if I wanted to start a new agency, or if I wanted to move horizontally into, I don't know, copywriting or whatever other online space there is, I can do it. I can do it easily because I have the skills. And you have to frame it as this. If you are beginning, it's not about making money. It's about building the product, improving yourself, getting the skills that are going to take you long term. And the money comes as an extension of what you provide to the marketplace. And that's what most don't understand. Yes, money's attractive. Yes, that dream lifestyle that you want is attractive. Yes, seeing other people living the life that you want online is hard to accept, because that is the truth. I've seen it with my eyes. I'm doing it. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but you have to understand that the first phase, the first 6 months, the first year is to build the product so that nobody leaves. So that when you sign clients, it's impossible for them to say after 3 months, after 4 months, after 5 months, all right, I'm done. Thank you for your time. You want them to stay for life, because the compound interest of the skills of signing one client and focusing on them, it turns into five. It turns into five clients. As I mentioned in my last video, one client of mine turned into five referrals. and I gave that person the world. I mean, my goodness, so they're an incredible human being. But it's also just like the realistic fact of the world. That's how most businesses grow: word of mouth, referrals. So the agency guys, the first phase, the first year, which I'm still going through, is developing the products. And my goodness, there are still things that I did not know. And there are going to be other courses and mentorships that I'm going to be buying into, because it's truly an endless game, and learning in this endless game. There's so much information out there, and what's really stopping me from where I want to be, and you watching this from where you want to go, is simply inputs in decision making, investing, doing the work, knowledge, your network, people who you know. And there's just a few couple things that's really only stopping you from where you want to go. And once you realize that, and once you start to actually take action, your life is going to change. But our brains are not designed for that. And that's why starting something new, making a change, changing environment, meeting new people, it's scary. It's foreign. It's the fight mode of our brain. And it doesn't want us to do that, to go out into the world and to venture. But in the unknown is where you're going to find yourself, what you want. And it really just comes down to what you want and finding yourself, right? Like, entrepreneurship, like I said multiple times, is a journey of self-discovery. And so I truly believe that. But in this first phase for me right now, for the next couple months as well, just focusing on the products, finding out what I want, the goals that I want to hit, to finding the inputs. And another thing too is, once I hit my like my first 10 came on, my first 15 came on, the real it just felt normal. It felt normal. It didn't feel like, holy shit, like my life's amazing, because my life was kind of what I expected, right? Because like in the beginning, you're going to create a vision board. You're going to do everything in specifics. You're going to define everything that you want from life. And once you start to hit those numbers, start to hit those goals, it's just going to feel normal, because you already knew that it was coming. And so in that beginning stages, and once you kind of eventually hit your guys' goals, you just have to kind of be numb to it. Yes, be content, but also strive for more, if more is what you want. And I would also say that you should just be you. Like, as cliche as that might sound, when it comes to sales calls and media buying and building a team, just be you. And people are going to find you attractive, and you're going to attract opportunities just by who you are as a person. And I would say follow your intuition, follow your curiosity in this space, but also circling full circle is invest into courses, into mentorships, into programs, because what you will accomplish in 2 months is you can accomplish in just a week with 5 guys. And I think you're pretty stupid to realize that you can do everything your own if your ego is gonna get in the way. And that is the truth for most people as to why they aren't signing clients in the space, or losing clients after a few months, and not actually building a long-term sustainable company and an agency. So, oh yeah, yeah, of course. Okay, thank you. Oh shit, I'm getting kicked out. But the truth is, in this space, you could really make anything you want out of it. It just comes back to what you want, and you have to define that. And once you define that, take as much action as you need, because you need to make a giant mess as you move forward. And in that mess, problems are going to arise, and you have to learn how to deal with those problems. And now, for me, over the course of the last 6 months, most of the problems that occur on a day to day that are just fires I have to put out are just normal things, simple things that I know what to do, how to handle when it comes to clients, media campaign, my selling team, and take as much action as you can in the beginning. Make a giant mess. Like I said earlier, sign as many clients as you can, make as much money as you can, and then figure everything out from there. And you're going to make a giant mess, but there is no other way around it. You're not going to know everything, and that's the truth. And with not knowing everything, you just have to dive into the unknown, dive into the abyss, and start taking sales calls. You might feel like an idiot, and the truth is, you probably will sound like an idiot. And those few first no's are okay, because it's not going to be easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy. And so, make a giant mess and moving forward. Figure out what you want, fix all the problems, learn the skills, join mentorships, buy courses. I don't care what anyone says online. I want to be where I am without the mentorships and the people that I know and the courses that I bought. I've spent over $10,000 in mentorships and courses. And that's nothing. That's nothing compared to some people who spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions. So my measly 10 grand will eventually become tens of thousands because I am going to invest a lot more. And I am proof that it does work. So define what you want and just take massive action. But that's kind of just some raw talk on the last 6 months. Keep it short, 10 minutes. And I hope this is of value. All right.